Okay, so we're going to first of all figure out the degree of vertex E. Vertex E has degree 4 because there are 4 edges emanating from vertex E. The next thing, write an Euler path for this graph starting at vertex D. And so to do that, we're going to start at D and we're going to cover each of the, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. A minute. Well, I guess I'm stuck with red for now. Start with vertex D, and then cover each of the edges once and only once. So we'll do that, and it doesn't. You could have a different answer than me. It's fine. So I'll start here, and I'm going to go down and around. Let me just write the edges that I've done so far. I did D, A, B, back to D, then to E. Then I'm going to go down to B, over to C, B, C. As long as you hit every edge, that's all that matters. Then E, F, back to C. E, F, back to C. Okay, we're going to find a good Eulerization for this. First thing we want to do is we want to identify all of the odd vertices. So I'm going to circle them in this weird pink. So these are all the vertices that have an odd number of edges. They all have 3 edges. And then what I'll do is I will connect them up in pairs. Here again, there are multiple ways to solve this. I'm going to do this way. And you have to duplicate existing edges. And like here, you want to connect those up in a series of edges. I'm going to connect this up with that, this with this. And once again, there could be other ways to do this. It's just this is the way that I want to do this. As long as you don't create a new corner that has an odd number of edges, you're okay. Okay, here we're going to use the nearest neighbor algorithm starting at vertex A. So we're starting at A. I'll just write my A here. We go to the closest, the nearest neighbor, and that looks like it's B because B is the shortest. B, you have 5, 6.5, 7.5, and 8 are the choices. So B is the quickest or the shortest. From B, your choices are 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to go with the 2 up to C. From C, it looks like I only have 2 options because I don't want to go back home, back to A until and it's 5.5 and 6. And once I'm at vertex D, really I only have one choice. That's to go to E and then back to A. So there is my answer there. The next one asks for the sorted edges algorithm. And to do that, we're going to start with the cheapest. So always start with the cheapest. In this case, the cheapest link in the entire graph is 2. And then we work our way up from there. The next cheapest is 3. The next cheapest is 4, but we don't want to use the 4 because that 4 will create a fork. It'll give you 3 edges at this vertex. We don't want that, so we're not going to use that one. The next one is 5. We won't use that one either for the same reason. The next one is 5.5. That's this. And we're not going to use that because that creates a loop. And we don't want a loop until we get to the very end and include all the rest of the edges or vertices. So that one's out. The next one is 6. That one's okay. Then 6.5, which is no good. Then 7, that's no good because the 7 would create a loop that excludes the vertex A. I guess that we should have just, once we had everything but one vertex, we could have just said, whoops, we're just going to finish things up. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's my answer in graphical form. but this problem asks to write this starting at vertex A, so we're going to start down here and pick either direction. I'll do this, A to E to C, B, D, back to A, and that'll be my answer.